you're saying you never once punched him at all?
Punched him in the face? No, I did not punch him in the face. Okay. Absolutely not.
The signs on his face tell me a different story, but if that's what you want to stick to, that's what you want to stick to. I can't tell you what to say. Domestic related is what this is between a husband and a wife. I see you got a gash here, your nose looks like it's pretty swollen right now, and you have dry blood all around your lips. So, how did all that happen?
What?
Howdy.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Awesome.
Come on, let's have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
What's up? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Are you Scott?
Yes, sir.
What's going on tonight, Scott? We got a phone call, I guess, on behalf for you.
It's a lot of people. Yes. Just having an argument, so...
Seems like a little bit more than an argument.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What are you?
Who is the female involved? Is that wife, girlfriend?
Wife.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what transpired this evening.
Just arguing. She was...
Arguing over what?
Just bullshit, pissed off. She was angry. Normal stuff.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So.
And how did we end up looking the way we look? Like he went nine rounds with Mike Tyson. So what transpired in that regards?
I'm fine.
I'm not saying you aren't, but when we roll up on somebody, domestic related is what this is between a husband and a wife. I see you got a gash here, your nose looks like it's pretty swollen right now, and you have dry blood all around your lips. So how did all that happen?
Just shouldn't have.
I'm not saying it should have, but was it an open hand, closed hand? Was it a fist? Was it an elbow, kick, headbutt?
I don't know, man. What?
You're not in trouble. I need to know the story because I have to document this regardless.
I understand. All I'm telling you is, look, it shouldn't have went down. She got upset. I'm fine.
I'm not saying you're not fine, but was there alcohol involved?
Yeah, we both had a couple drinks, of course, but I'm like, it wasn't alcohol induced, is what
I'm not saying you. I'm just
I'm just trying to tell you. Look, how do I put it to you the right way?
The honest way is the right way.
Yeah, I know. She got mad. Things happened that shouldn't have happened. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I can take a punch. I can take anything, so we're good.
Okay.
It shouldn't happen again. You won't get another call.
No, we won't.
I apologize too for even being here. I'm embarrassed, actually, to be honest.
Embarrassed. Unfortunately, you're on vacation in Florida, and Florida takes domestic violence very seriously. It's not one of those things we sweep under the rug.
I understand.
So I'm going to obviously have to go and talk with Shay and go from there.
Sure.
But that's why we keep you two separated, so I can get your side of the story, which you're not giving me much other than you could take a punch, which...
It's like
How long you two been married?
It'll be 5 years in November. So,
any kids or anything in common?
We have stepkids with each other. Yes.
From prior marriages, each of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What took place tonight?
Came home, like, I don't even know where you want me to start, but when he stayed down there to order dinner, he must have drank more. He'd been drinking all day. I had a couple of drinks. I didn't drink a whole lot. And when he came up, he was like stumbling and falling, and I'm like, please have water. That's like when I told him what to do. He fell asleep, and I was like, I wish you wouldn't drink so much. You'd like pass out while we're eating dinner. And then he started just yelling and telling me to fuck off and fuck you and screaming and being so loud. And I was like, oh my God, please just go to sleep. So I came out here. And he passed out when I went in, and he had his phone on him, and I picked it up and saw a message that said, God, I love you too. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I looked and saw text messages from I think a woman he works with who I've suspected something of going on for a while, and smacked him in the chest and said, what is going on? Like, look at this. Tell me what's happening. I had his phone and he was chasing me, so I ran out into the hallway because I was like trying to get away from him, but I wanted to like see who it was and see the number. And that's when he fell and hit his face on one of the door things out there. I don't know. Fell over that, and he's like, "You pushed me." He literally called his sister. He's like, "She's on top of me." I'm like, "I am right here. Like, I'm not on top." Like, he's like, "You've been abusing me all night." I'm like, "Okay, that's funny. I have marks all over me." Like,
Okay, so how did the blood get all over the couch?
because it was on his face, and he was taking his phone and sticking it under, like, hiding it and shoving his face all over the couch.
So at any point did it get physical between the two of you? So you're saying he was out in the hallway and he fell into a door frame?
Yeah, he was out there, and I think it was over the phone, and he just...
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I know, you haven't given me an honest answer the whole time we've been here. Because you won't tell me what happened. But she's got physical signs of injury on her as well.
Yeah, so yeah.
At this point, they can both go.
Okay.
Because nobody wants to play the game, so they can both go. They can both go. He's got signs, she's got signs. At this point, nobody wants to tell me what truly happened. They both want to make up their own story.
So I'm the one in trouble.
You're both in trouble. Because you have signs of injury on you and he has signs of injury on him. When I asked him how he looks like his face went 9 rounds with Mike Tyson, he says, all he keeps saying, he's very cryptic about it, is, "I don't want to say anything, but I can take a punch." That's all he keeps saying.
His blood alcohol level.
We're not here to determine if people are under the influence of alcohol.
Okay.
We're out
I'm
here to
just saying,
determine
like,
whether or not domestic battery took place. And when I have 2 people tell me 2 different stories, but you both have signs of injury consistent with a domestic battery related fight,
There's blood in the shower.
of course there is.
There's blood on the sheets.
There's blood on her,
Yeah,
there's blood on the
because
couch. Okay, having those rights in mind, would you like to have a little bit more of a detailed conversation as to what took place tonight?
I'm open to whatever you want to know.
I want to know what happened tonight. I want to know who hit who, how you ended up looking like you went through the meat grinder, and how she got a nice little scratch across her face and a nice little red mark on her hand.
Look, at the end of the day, she came at me. I don't.
Did at any point you walk into a wall and fall and crack your head open?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I figured. Why? How is there blood on the wall outside of the hotel room?
Outside, I don't know. That I can't tell you,
Because
sir.
at some
It all
point the
happened
jewelry get ripped off of you, because there's jewelry all in the hallway as well.
My
Bracelet with
yes.
a silver charm with a teal palm tree on it.
Yes, sir. That's.
It's no
Yes.
longer on you. It's in the hallway. It's
Yes,
broken.
sir.
Okay.
I was trying to get out the door, sir.
It was about 2 doors down from your door, so you're
Yes.
already out the door. So we're trying to figure out what took place, and you're being very vague with your conversation with me, hence why you're both in handcuffs at this point. Because she's got signs of injury on her as well, so how did she get the mark on her face?
Trying to get her off of me.
Okay, so...
At the end of the day, I don't want to go to jail. She doesn't want to go to jail.
Well, at the end of the day, in Florida, domestic violence is not something that's taken lightly, so anytime there's signs of
Understand,
injury, people are going to jail.
Okay.
So our job is to determine the primary aggressor, but right now it's very hard for me to determine it because you're both being very vague with your statements to me.
Yes, sir.
So
I would just say this. Look, she came at me. I tried to fend off a few things. I tried to get out of the room. I called my sister. My sister was on speakerphone. I'm not sure if my sister called the cops for
your sister
that matter.
called us.
Okay, so it was my sister.
Your sister said to us that you called her
Yes, sir.
and said that you were beat up and bloody.
Yes, sir.
So how come you couldn't tell me that upstairs?
Sir, I don't want to get her involved. Like, look, not a good thing.
No.
I don't. She,
Is this over her going through your phone and finding text messages? Which I don't give a shit what you do in
Yeah,
your personal
yeah,
life.
yeah,
That has
sir.
nothing to do with us. We're not out
Yes,
here
sir.
to determine
Yes, sir.
whether or not shit's going on. We're out here to determine
understand.
what crime took place.
yes, sir.
Now, as far as illegal shit going on, as far as marriage, that
Yeah.
is something civil, not criminal.
I understand.
So I don't really care what's going on outside of what took place tonight.
Actually, beyond that, but yes, sir.
So
Tonight-
she found your phone, went through it,
Yes,
saw
sir.
saw some things that upset her.
Yes, sir.
At which point, what happened?
She then came at me and
You're saying came at you. I need more of a description as to what coming at you means.
she came at me, assaulted me. I'm fine. I'm a grown
Assaulted
man.
you how?
She hit me, attacked me, whatever.
With open fist, closed fist.
Open fist.
Slapped you.
Slapped
There's no
me.
way in hell you got the marks on your face from a slap. Your nose almost looks broken.
Okay, I'm
So,
fine.
I'm not saying you're not.
Yes, sir.
So a slap, with all due respect to her, she's a lot smaller than you are, so you got more than just a slap.
Yes, sir.
So a slap would not slice above your eyebrow.
I understand.
So again,
Maybe it was closed. I'm not sure.
okay, how'd the lip get bloody? That was all part of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So she punched you multiple times in the face with a closed fist.
Probably.
And in an effort to get her away from you, you inadvertently scratched her head.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I didn't try to harm her,
I'm not saying you did.
and I don't want to harm her.
I'm not saying you.
And I
If
don't
you,
think-
I'm with all due respect, as
Yes, sir.
and this is me not saying that a male is more dominant than a female, but you are bigger than she is. Therefore, I feel as if you wanted to, you could have hurt her.
Yes, sir.
Now, the little scratch on her face, hence why you're both in cuffs right now, is just based off the fact that you didn't give me the full answers upstairs. But now that
sorry.
we're getting the full answers, those cuffs can easily come off. So,
And that's all I want.
okay. Well,
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm fine.
I'm not saying you're not. It's just you got some pretty nice welts on your head, buddy.
I know, sir.
So,
But I
okay.
can. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Just hang tight for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
I told you what happened with his injury.
Okay. So, can I explain something to you about his injuries? I'm going to use this as an example. Here's the cut above his eye.
Well, because he fell multiple
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But then his nose, which is here,
Yeah.
almost looks broken. And then his lip, which is down here, is fully bloodied. So, if he hit a wall, it would all be consistent along one area as opposed to here, here, here.
I understand
So-
that, but he felt like he hit it multiple
No,
times.
he says he never once fell into a wall.
He also said that something didn't exist that I saw with my eyes.
As I explained to him, I'm not going to argue that with you. Whatever is going on between the two of you, we're out here to determine what took place as far as somebody being bloodied up. So I'm not going to tell you his story and do the whole he said she said, but his story is a little bit more consistent with the signs of injury on his face. You're not giving me much as far as to dispel what he is saying. You're kind of.
I'm telling you, I didn't hit him in the face. When I found it, I slammed the phone down on his chest. Like I was like, "Hey, what is this?" I mean, yeah, that's not okay.
How did all the jewelry get broken out in the hallway?
Because I had his phone, and he was like his jewel, like that happens he breaks those once a week. I had his
Okay,
phone.
but within the area where that jewelry is broken is blood on a wall. So
Okay, well, that's probably where he smashed him. So I had
again, so if he smashed his face on that wall, there would be a consistent mark along his face as opposed to it being in 3 different areas.
I had his phone. He was trying to get his phone. He kept taking, as you saw on the couch, he kept taking his phone. He kept putting it down in front of him and trying to like get it and protect it. He did that on the couch. He did
Well,
that on the
yeah,
bed.
so
He
he
did
was
that in the
bloodied at
shower.
that point, so I'm trying to figure out how the blood got in the
He
hallway.
did that in the hall. In the hall, he took his phone and he did that. That's why his head got hit on it. I don't know when he hit his wall. I don't know what part he hit when. I was
Okay, so
literally
you're saying you never once punched him at all?
punched him in
Yes.
the face? No,
Yes.
I did not punch him in the face.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Like
The signs on his face tell me a different story, but if that's what you want to stick to, that's what you want to stick to. I can't tell you what to say.
he fell backwards. He fell into tables. He was falling all
Nope.
over.
The back of his body's not bloodied. The front of his face is. Nowhere else on him is bloodied. Only literally above his eye, his nose, and his lip, which are typically places that get punched in the heat of the moment. And I'm not saying you did that. I'm just simply explaining to you, in law enforcement, that's what we see. We encounter this on a regular daily basis.
I did not hit him
Okay.
in the face.
Okay.
I was slammed behind the door with the like.
How'd you
there
get the
was
mark on your face?
I don't know. I was behind the door in the bedroom. He had me smashed in there. Like he could have hit. I mean,
There's
in the shower.
no marks indication anywhere in that room of somebody smashing their face on a wall, because there would be for the amount of blood that was on him that was dried up by the time we got here, it would be noticeable on the wall. There would be marks. There would be smudges. There's none of it. There's
And
drip
I'm telling
marks.
you, I don't know.
I understand that.
I'm just saying, most of the time, I was trying to keep his phone to say, look, like here, like he's telling me it's not true, and I was saying, here it is.
Okay.
And I was trying to get his phone.
I don't care about.
Hold his
I
phone,
don't
and he was
care
trying to
about
take
what's
it from
going on between the two of you. I'm
I
trying to
know,
figure
but I
out
just-
how his face looks like he got beat up. But you're not giving me anything to tell me that you. All you keep saying is I don't know, which I don't
I was
believe.
running. I was okay. Well,
So okay.
I was running. I was hiding. I was trying to fucking like get the phone so I could see who it was, because there was no name. It was a number. I was worried about that. I don't know. He bloodied his face before he even fell asleep. His face was bleeding before he even fell asleep.
So before you even saw
One
the
of
phone,
the
his face was
injuries-
bleeding.
Because I told you.
I'm asking you. That's what you're saying.
When he got there, I told you, he was falling over. He fell over a couple times. Where he hit it, I have no idea. I don't know. I was in bed watching TV. I told you, he came in all stumbling.
Okay. You also told me that he was falling asleep while eating dinner, but you were in bed falling asleep or watching TV. So your story is very inconsistent at this point. I'm just saying. I have it all on body camera upstairs. You said he brought food up. He was falling asleep eating dinner, but now you're saying he brought the food in and he was stumbling, but you were in bed watching TV.
I told you guys.
I know what you told me. I have a very good memory.
What? I went upstairs because he was going to order food.
Yes, I know that. I'm not arguing
I
that.
went upstairs. I got in bed. I turned on the TV. He ordered food. He came upstairs, brought the food up. He was stumbling. So I was in bed. He brought the food up, stumbling. After
Falling asleep while eating it, you said in there, so make sure you put that in there because you said that up
he
there.
hasn't even gotten in bed at this point.
You told me that he was falling asleep while eating the food.
He was. He gave me the food. He served me the food. He brought me the food in bed. I was eating. I said, please sit down and eat. Please drink water. You're stumbling.
Okay.
So 15 minutes goes by. He brings me dessert. I'm like, please eat. You need to eat. He gets in bed. I told you.
He's bloodied at this point.
He fell. Yes, he fell somewhere. I think it was his nose that was bleeding when he got into bed. I said, hey, send me that popcorn thing for Harry. He fell asleep. He started eating his food. It was on the bedstand. Fell asleep while sending me the popcorn thing. And I was like, dude, get up, finish your dinner. Like, we shouldn't be consuming this much alcohol. You're falling asleep during dinner. We weren't eating together at the same time.
Okay.
Just part of the reason I was like, sit down and eat with me. Like, let's eat and share a meal together.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm not being dishonest. It's just not a normal situation.
No, it's
Sit
not.
down and
That
eat
I
together.
see. Well, again, I'm not here to determine your two's relationship. That's not my job. I don't have enough time in my life to try to figure out other people's relationships. So, okay, I got to figure out something else now. She's gone. He can go.
You're being released from custody, okay?
Yes, sir.
The reason for is because you've told us your story. Okay? She's the primary aggressor, and like Officer Copeland was saying, in the state of Florida, they are very strict. So if we can determine the primary aggressor, that's the person who goes to jail, okay? So she's going to go to jail for the night, have to see a judge before she can get out. There's going to be an immediate no contact order, so you cannot contact her and she cannot contact you.
Okay.
Okay?